What's up? What was that time of game?
2:43.
I thought it was pretty good.
Tillman's ERA now is 2.81. As badly as you need the bounce back season from him, how encouraging has this been?
No, the whole since first day of spring training, it's been, I don't know if encouraging is a word, just kind of a reminder how good he's capable of being and how good he's been for us. It's like I told you, Rock, in the pregame show. It's not like this guy didn't pitch some good games last year. It's just the level that he, has shown us he's capable of. I didn't think he had real good command of his fastball tonight either, but I thought he and Matt really worked through it. And as it happens with Chris a lot of times, his best inning might have been his last inning.
His past 3 starts, they've all been quality starts. It seems like he's kind of gotten into a groove here. I mean, does the consistency encourage you as much as anything?
And I think the ability to pitch when he's not carrying certain parts of his game, and which is a tribute to him, and it's kind of a common denominator of a lot of good pitchers. But he, Chris, the crispness of his pitches have been so consistent, like you said, since early in the spring, because knowing Chris like we do, the kind of evolution of spring training and how he usually works. I mean, he came in carrying stuff from the get-go.
Is Trumbo helped by having other good hitters in the lineup so he doesn't have to do so much?
I think all are sometime where they don't feel like they got the weight of the word, bless you, on their shoulder. But I think everybody kind of, this is not like his first time in the big leagues. He's got a pretty good track record of what he's doing now in April and now May. So, I think he's a guy that, regardless, I do think it's been I could tell, about halfway through the spring it was going to be a pretty good fit in a lot of areas other than what he would bring statistically. I mean, he seems to really fit in quickly. And I felt that way whether he was hitting like he is or not. He's been a real good fit for what we have, or how we have to do it.
Tell him for a second. He has back-to-back 9 strikeout games. Goes out, strikes out the side in the 7th there. And he's not typically known as a big strikeout guy, but what do you attribute to, him missing a lot of bats like that?
I think he's carrying a little more stuff, and curveball, slider, changeup, all the 3 were there for him, and Matt was aware of that. We were talking a little bit between innings that sometimes he'll go an inning or 2 without certain things like command of a fastball, and then all of a sudden it'll lock back in. It's got something a little to do with his delivery. It's also why he's hard to hit most of the time, because he does have a lot of deception in his delivery, but sometimes it gets a little out of whack before he can be his own pitching coach and get back into it.
Look, he had some great defense as well, and Machado, obviously you knew he could play short, but I guess that's what you expected.
Yeah, I take one thing I do want to mention. I was thinking about during the game, Chris Davis was playing defense at first base like, there's nobody playing better than him in baseball. I mean, the plays he's made at first base since, he came into, he's always worked hard, but there was a real, passion in the spring about being a complete player. And Chris has played first base as good as anybody will ever want to see it played. If he's not the leading candidate for a Gold Glove, then I'm missing something. The plays he makes every night. There's so many first basemen that can catch a ground ball and can catch a short hop, but the ability to throw is what separates first basemen. There may be 3 in each league that are fearless throwers with arm strength, and that's one of the separators for Chris. I mean, he's probably the only guy I can think of with throwing that ball to second base. A lot of people take the easy out and go to first base, and they got a runner in scoring position. But it's important to our guys to be well-rounded and be able to play other positions. And with Manny and Jonathan and Ryan and Pete at both corners, and Chris is capable of playing 4 positions. It helps us at times like this when JJ's out. Got cold again. You cold tonight? You're just glad you ain't got to carry that thing anymore. I like that.